You're gonna want to sell your Toyota Corolla or Honda Civic after checking out this Chinese car. Let's check it out. This is the MG GT, and it's a Chinese car that you can still have a whole bunch of fun for less than 20,000 US dollars. A brand new Honda Civic or Toyota Corolla, you're looking upwards of 25, 30,000, depending on if you get the Toyota or the Honda. But for this car, it costs us 60,000 Qatari Riyal because I'm in the Middle East right now, and for this price, it is only $16,000. It packs a lot of fun, it's budget, it's friendly, and you can still make your own customizations to it later on down the road. But let's check it out. Let's get to the car. This is the main event. So this brand is called Morris's Garage. You're like, Steve, that's not Chinese. It's not. It started off in the UK in the 1960s, and in 2005 they went bankrupt and they were bought out by SAIC, which is a Chinese company. So it's now all fully ran by China. They have various different offices in the UK, China, and they also do most of their manufacturing in China, but there is some spread off in other places. But predominantly Chinese. Out of all the vehicles, there's the GT, this is the fastback sedan, where like the comparable is a Honda Civic, where you can start making your own changes to it, put your own customizations, whatever you want. Put a spoiler on it if you want to. Up front, you have the logo, the MG, you have the open air vent, you have the faux carbon fiber splitter, very nice. Come along the side, you have your daytime running LED lights, and you have some fake vents right here for the aesthetics. Come along the side. These are 17-inch alloy wheels, and this is being marketed as the Tomahawk wheels. That's pretty sick. You see that's a little T right here. Throwing axe. I'd prefer a Tomahawk steak though. But let's go. Over here you have your turn signals, awesome red paint, the fastback coming down the back, and it comes in about 6 different color options. This is the red, obviously. Now we're in the back, you get your MG logo right here. Over on top it says your MG GT in the nice red. You have your diffuser and your chrome accented exhaust pipes. Let's get this open so I can show you the trunk. Whew, that popped open fast. In the back, you have a first aid kit. As per standard, that's actually a lot of trunk space, guys. And you have your spare tire kit. Let me show you how much trunk space you get. There's a lot of trunk space. All right, let's close this. Now let's go talk about the motor. All right, you're probably like, Steve, one of the fun about like a Honda Civic is the motor. You can make some options to it. Well, with this, the MG GT, you get a 1.5 4-cylinder engine, and it comes in 2 options. It's either just a 1.5 that has excellent gas mileage, or the 1.5 turbo, which puts out 174 horsepower and 250 Newton meters of torque. I gotta prop this thing open. Alright, it's a little dusty. I wasn't ready for that. I should have dusted it off. But yeah, this is it. This is the 1.5 4-cylinder turbo engine, and it does 0 to 100 kilometers in about 8 seconds. And it's not fast by any means, but it is torquey. So if you put that thing in sports mode and you push on the gas, you'll feel the acceleration for sure. Alright, let's go check the inside. All right, we're inside the MG, and first impressions, that's the sound for the smart key not detected. One thing I noticed from driving it is if the key isn't right here in the center console, it won't work. Normally with other cars, if your key is within your pocket, you can still start and stop the engine, do everything you need to inside the car, it worked. But no, this thing has to be right in the center console or else it doesn't work. But hey, at least it's 2025. There's a 2024 car, and it comes standard with the push to start button, which is pretty good for a budget car. First impressions though is it does feel a bit on the economy side. It is a little rough around the edges, but it's nice. It is nice. For example, on the steering wheel right here, you got some stitching that came out. Could just be an error. I'm not saying that all of them are going to be like this, but there's still a little bit of attention to details that they're missing. They wanted this car to feel like a fighter engine cockpit. And I say they got it down. It's not Corvette levels or the newer Chinese car cockpit style, but it is more so like a cockpit because it's centered towards you. The monitor is facing you, and for the passenger they get nothing except the geometry pattern. But they have a mix of a few different materials in here, but it's still all plastic. It's just different types of plastic. Like you got the hard plastic, solid color, and then you have the hard plastic also, but this has a pattern on it. And then you come over here, you have the chrome plated plastic, more plastic. It's not until down here where you get some faux leather with some red stitching. The speakers also have the geometry pattern on them. I haven't fully tested the sound system. It's okay, but I haven't put it up all the way. The seats, you get two-tone seats with the mesh fabric. It's pretty standard on all of them. They're gonna have some sort of two-tone pattern. So you have to see what option you like the most. They marketed this as a high definition screen, and I feel like it's an Android phone from about 10 years ago. Oh, hold up. See, it's also a little slow on the response. I pressed about 20 times. The volume was at 7 and it took 20 clicks to get down to 0. But that was a quick test on the sound system. I meant to do that on purpose. I do appreciate that the AC climate controls are physical buttons. You can press them, you get your nice AC vents right here. You get 2 USB-B ports. It doesn't come with USB-C ports. You have the powertrain along the middle, so it's not hollow. There's only this little bit of storage right here. You can't really fit anything in there realistically. Maybe like a lipstick or a pen, I don't know. You'll find something to put there. Okay, on the center, you have the 8-speed CVT transmission. Pull all the way down for drive. You put it to the side for sport. And if you want to use the manual transmission features, you just shift up or down once it's to the right. And that's it. You got your parking brake here. Your auto off when you're at the stop sign. You have 2 cup holders. Here's a little small cup. It fits in there. You won't be able to fit a big 7-Eleven cup or like a Stanley in there. So just so you're aware. Now you lift this up, you got a nice little handle, and you have extra storage. There's nothing else in here, no extra ports, just extra storage. Okay, that's it right here. Up top, you got your mirrors. Just kidding, you only have the sunshade visors. But that's it, that'll stop the sun. The mirrors, you don't really use them anyways. Then you have your lights right here, your SOS button. This looks like an extra vent, but I guess that's where the sound would come from if you're placing the call. But that's it up front. Let's go to the back seats. All right, guys, we're in the back seats and it's pretty spacious in here. The roof, if you're tall, you're gonna be hitting the roof. I'm about 175 centimeters tall. So if you're a bit taller, you're gonna have some struggles there. You're gonna have to bend the head a little bit. On the side, you have more of the plastics, different types with the faux leather combo. Speaker down there. There is a bit of leg room, which I do appreciate. You can stretch out pretty good. Then the seat doesn't fold down here, so you don't have the extra cup holders, but it does fold down all the way if you want extra storage space with your trunk. Right over here, you have an extra AC vent and a USB port and some extra space. But that's it. Not too much to go over in the back. All right, let's go driving. It's a nice sunny day, guys. It's right before it gets too cold, so gotta appreciate the sunlight. All right, so the steering does feel a little light. And one thing I did notice that there's a good bit of noise inside the cabin when you're driving at high speeds, or if there's things going on outside. It's not that well insulated for that type of stuff. And like, for instance, like if you go over a speed bump, you feeling that thing. Right now that the windows aren't tinted and the AC's a little low, the heat's actually creeping in here. It's getting a little hot, but I have to keep the AC down so that way the audio doesn't become too bad. Right now, let's switch it over to sport so you can actually get experience at its best. I'm sure that's what you guys want to see. You don't want to, no tour mode, no. Well, it doesn't have that. There's no tour or eco mode. It's just regular drive and the sports mode. Now we go. Oh, see, look at that bit of power, huh? 174 horses. Test the brakes right here. Not bad. It didn't make any extra noises. The car only has 6,000 kilometers on it, so it shouldn't be making any extra noises. It's pretty new. And this is the 2024 model. These have been out a few years. I'm sure the 2026s you could buy now for $16,000. A used one, try to find the price for you guys, but a used one will probably be around like 12,000. One thing about Chinese cars is it's kind of bad once you like say it out loud, but like Chinese cars are meant to be used and then thrown away. After like 10 years, you're supposed to sell it, get rid of it, on to the next thing, which is ultimately bad for the environment. We don't want to create extra harm or waste. But if you think about it like that, it's a 10-year investment. You're only going to have it for a bit amount of time, so you don't want to spend too much money. So something like this, 16,000 is reasonable. For example, like old cars, like your old Mustangs that were like fully made out of metal, those are holding their value. Those are going for sky high prices nowadays. They're actually went up in value. But something like this, every day you drive it, it's just gonna lose less and less value to the point where it's not even worth buying a used one because the damage is already gonna be done. You might as well just buy the new one for a bit more. It does have Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. I'm not connected to it, but it does have it. So there is that plus, but it will have to be with a wired connection. And it doesn't have a USB-C port. So you're gonna have to get some sort of cable that fits that. Just show you one little acceleration before we head off. And if you wanna see any car specifically, let me know. Put it in the comment section. What do you wanna see? I'm trying to get my hands on a Xiaomi SU7 Ultra. All right, let's see. It's a little slow, but it does make some noise, so it's enjoyable. It's enjoyable, guys. But like I was saying, I'm trying to get my hands on the Xiaomi SU7 Ultra Max. They're naming their cars like their phones. Let me get the 17 Pro Max. So if we get that one, we're gonna do some insane pulls, get some reactions to the acceleration, because it does 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in 2 seconds flat. That's basically it. There's the inside. You got your fighter pilot cockpit. You have your 4-cylinder turbo engine. You got your sports mode. But let's wrap this up outside. All right, thank you guys for making it to the end of the video. What did you guys think about the MG GT? Would you like to see this in your country or your part of the world? Or if it is in your part of the world, would you buy this? It's only about $16,000. I might even buy one just for fun so I can make all kinds of little customizations to it and maybe even tune up the turbo. Who knows? I don't know what the tune market is like for Chinese cars, but there's one of the sporty ones. We got to take care of it, embrace it, and who knows? This might have its own car culture in the next few years. But this is it. This was the MG GT. Peace out.